You are the master of your thought, the molder of your character, and the maker and shaper of your condition, environment, and destiny. Through conscious effort, you can actually control both your inner thoughts and character, as well as your external circumstances. Most people assume that we actually have free will. We're not robots, and therefore we have control over our thoughts. Most people also believe that since thoughts aren't actually tangible, they don't necessarily have any real power in the real world. Therefore, you can actually think one way and act and behave a different way. Your unconscious mind is actually extremely powerful. And in fact, this manifests every single time that you're faced with a question of willpower, right? Where you say, why can't I do this? Whether that's like fitness, whether that's dealing with your finances, whether that's approaching women. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. Success only happens when you actually embody it. In other words, you don't get success, you become success. So if you think about what you want, you think about positive thoughts towards your goals, etc., you do that consciously, that's what you're going to attract. If you're continually ruminating and thinking about negative stuff, well then you're going to see that manifest more and more and more in your actual day-to-day life. A calmness of mind is actually the best path to success. When you see people who are always calm, relaxed, purposeful, it might seem like this is just how these people are, but in reality, it's almost always a result of conscious effort at self-control. So in other words, these people who are actually aware of how their mind works and able to control it are the ones that get success. Circumstances do not make a person, they reveal him. And on one hand, it's kind of easy to take a look at this and say that it's insensitive to people who have been victimized or who are like born into poverty or who had bad things happen to them that were, outside of their control. It might seem like, fuck them, it's their fault. Circumstances don't make a man, they reveal him. But, as they say, the Lord works in mysterious ways, and I'm far from a religious person, but, it is true that in every circumstance, there is an opportunity for growth. So if you're continually thinking about how you're a victim, you've been wronged, you've been victimized, bad shit has happened to you, well, it's unlikely that you're actually going to take steps to improve that situation. So yes, bad things can happen to good people, but by being defensive about it and being angry about it and harboring it as part of your identity, you're going to actually ingrain those circumstances into your being and your identity more and more and more, and thereby you're going to attract that kind of stuff into your life even more. So what this is ultimately saying is that on the one hand, you have no one to blame but yourself for your problems. But on the other hand, it means that the possibilities are limitless. Genius results from the belief that what you feel to be true in your own heart has universal significance. So when we perceive justice or truth, we're not actually doing anything except allowing it to pass through us. And this is why spontaneity, instinct, and authenticity are so powerful, and why trying to impress and/or needy behaviors are perhaps the most unattractive characteristics of all. When we actually meet somebody who's unencumbered by conformity and who's on their own path, we find them deeply charismatic, in part because it gives us hope that we could be that way ourselves. You must be true to yourself and ultimately value your own opinion of yourself more highly than that of others. This ability to be true to yourself above all is in fact the main distinction between great and merely average people. We look to teachers and gurus for advice, but ironically enough, would often dismiss those very same ideas if we'd come up with them ourselves. So to be a grown-ass man or woman, you have to accept yourself and what you were given in life. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with learning from someone else, but when you do, take the knowledge in, but don't let that be the limit. Don't be afraid to go beyond and actually build upon what your teacher has shown you. Be your own person. Be a real person. Become your best fucking self. We don't have to be at the mercy of random life events. You know, the ups and downs of fortune. You know, something bad happens, you think your life is over. Something good happens, you think, you know, happy days are here again. Well, don't believe it. Nothing can bring you peace but yourself. Nothing can bring you peace but the triumph of principles.